Hey there, my name is Jordan. In this video, we're going to be talking about Arkansas Traveler and playing it in the single string style. This one's in the key of D. We're going to be playing it out of pretty much G standard tuning, except we will need to capo or spike this 5th string at the 7th fret. I'll play through the tune, that way you can kind of see what's going on with the fretting and the picking hands. And then after we'll kind of do a little mini lesson and talk some technique tips and practice strategies. Single string style is a great way to interpret intricate melodies on the banjo. Especially, intricate fiddle tune style melodies. It really helps us to capture them accurately. So in this one, we're going to be using that single string technique, so alternating a lot between thumb and index. And in the A part, we're going to be playing out a lot of this kind of second position and playing out of this first inversion chord shape here. As I said, we're in the key of D. This is a first inversion D shape because of where we're playing it. In the B part, we'll play out of 7th position a lot. That means our first finger will hang out around this 7th fret, and we're kind of playing out of this second inversion, this bar chord shape for D as well. Learning how these scale notes and melody notes connect to chord shapes is great for your understanding of banjo and can really enhance your improvisational abilities. All right, so as you may know, a lot of the times when playing a fiddle tune, if you are the person who is starting the fiddle tune, we play some potatoes before the tune starts. It sounds like bum diddy bum diddy bum diddy bum. On banjo, we may play them a few different ways. If we're using single string technique, it might sound like this. And then we'd launch right into the tune, or we can use a more Scruggs style potato. And then launch right into the tune. That second one was kind of a little bit longer version. If you don't know any potatoes, check those out in Tunefox. We've got examples in the key of G and the key of D as well. So you'll know some basic potatoes that you can use with any song if it happens to start in one of those keys. All right, for today, I'm just going to vocalize it. As I said, I'm going to use that bum ditty kind of thing because that's the name given to that rhythm. And it's just a really good ear association, and associating language with sound is always a good thing when it comes to music. Because music itself is also a language. All right, here we go. Bum ditty, bum ditty, bum ditty, bum. All right, so this one is in the key of D. It has an A, B, B form. So there's a distinct melody for the A part, and that repeats twice, and there's a distinct melody also for the B part, which repeats twice. Okay, so let's go over some general tips for playing this tune. So as I said earlier, we're kind of playing out of this first inversion shape. So we want to try to leave fingers down and get fingers prepared as much as possible. So check this out as I play the first phrase. I've already got the first two notes that I will need right here and here pressed down. And something else that we can do in many of these sections is use a bar or a partial bar so we're not having to jump around with our first finger as much. Check it out as I play this measure one here. Right, I was able to use that first finger as a partial bar to get my fretted note here on the first string and on the third string, sorry. Now it's not necessary, but it's something worth trying out because it's just a technique that can make your playing a little bit easier. We could jump around, it's not that big a deal. And because there's other notes happening in between, we've got time to move that first finger around. So that's another option as well. Just rewatch the video and that will give you an idea of everything that I'm doing with finger preparation in regards to the fretting hand and the pick hand. Something that can help your picking be a little bit smoother is trying to play on the tips of the picks. So instead of having those picks really deep here like this, we can get the job done like that, but that can be something that inhibits speed when going faster. If we're playing on the tips of our picks, that can help with our speed, and it can also reduce pick noise. As I said, it's really important to recognize how this melody connects to these chord shapes. Because if we do that, we could potentially play this in another key. For example, you know, here, as I said, we're playing out of this first inversion shape. And this is the first inversion shape D because of where we're playing it. If we move this up here, where our first finger would be at the 7th fret, this is now a first inversion G shape. So if for some strange reason someone called Arkansas Traveler in the key of G, you would be prepared because all you'd have to do is use this shape to kind of play the same melody notes. Right, so all I did was use the exact same finger patterns that I learned down here and put them up here where this first inversion G shape was, and anytime I hit that open D string in the original, you know, we were in the key of D at that point, but if we're in the key of G, we're going to play the root note for that key at that point. So this was a movable shape that we were able to move to a new key. And the same would go for the B section, right? I was playing out of this second inversion bar shape, and to get a second inversion D, we play that at the 7th fret. If we were doing it out of G, we'd play it here at the 12th fret. All right, practice strategies. Use your Tunefox tools. Definitely listen to this repeatedly. Make listening a part of your practice. Something else you can do is use the difficulty slider. It will dial out some extra notes and we'll get a more simplified version that still sounds great and still sounds like Arkansas Traveler. And a simpler version with less notes will be easier to play at higher speeds. But speaking of which, if you are trying to increase your speed, let's say you have the basic tune down, instead of going top to bottom, again, just go a measure at a time and try to push your speed with just one measure and one phrase. And it's almost like you're learning the tune all over again in a way because we're kind of dividing it like this. But I promise it will be something that helps you kind of increase your speed in a more efficient way. There's also some single string licks that show you how to play the same thing in like a different position. For example, this first phrase, we're playing out of second position usually. But if we shift up the neck and play on some lower strings, we can get the exact same notes. And again, this is just going to lead to a more comprehensive understanding of how the notes lay out on the banjo fretboard. And it's just good to kind of help you level up as a banjo player. There's a few Scruggs options in the licks as well. That's always a good way to spice things up and remind people that you still know how to play the banjo in that bluegrass style, that kind of signature style that most people know this instrument for. All right, so we've got kind of a nice single string version of Arkansas Traveler. Remember to try to associate this melodic movement with some of the common chord shapes. That's going to help you learn to transpose stuff and absorb new tunes more quickly. And use those Tunefox tools to practice this thing efficiently and in a way that's kind of manageable and achievable. A good next step might be learning this thing in the melodic style, especially if you've tried out one or two of those melodic licks. That's really going to get you prepared and get your mind kind of in that melodic playing style mode. All right, that's all we got for this single string style version of Arkansas Traveler. Hope you all enjoy it. Keep picking, stay tuned.